Yo, bro, look at my good throwing arm. What up, guys? It is Lunars here, or Lunar, and yeah, welcome back to a brand new video. I don't know why I say brand new video every time there's a new video out, but I mean, it is brand new, so yeah, whatever. But yeah, this is part 2 to the running from the cops story. I'm not really running from the cops, kind of just clickbait, but you know how that works. But yeah. So the story's probably not going to be that long, but you know how I am. If you watch my videos, I'll probably drag it on, so it's whatever. So yeah, we left off where we left off. We were down at Jake's house where he lived, because we went down there and we had made it back to his house, and we were switching, or I was switching my jacket. So yeah, let's get right into the story. So me, Jake, Jared, and Dylan were chilling down in this thing, and you know I switched to my jacket, and you know it was alright. We were going back out because you know Jake was like, "So, do you guys want to go back out?" And you know we were just like, "Fuck, sure, man, let's do it." And so we went to go back out. So you know I switched my jacket. My friend, he took off his jacket. Jared did. He took off his jacket. But, you know, he took his jacket off just because he was like, it's not cold outside or something like that. And he was like, it don't matter anyways. And I was like, oh, okay. He was like, it don't matter if you switch your shit. I mean, I was like, it kind of does. I mean, like, if they know what you look like, I mean, if they know what you look like, man, and they got your fucking description of what you were wearing and you're running around the fucking neighborhood after pulling an alarm to a church, it's, you know, the whole last fucking neighborhood watch was after us, right? So we go upstairs and we're like, all right, guys, we're gonna go on a walk, you know, to the people upstairs, his aunt or whatever it was, his grandma. So we walk out the front door and we're like, all right, we're gonna go on a walk. So we're just walking down the street, and then Jake was like, dude. Well, and Jake and Jared, they were both talking about how we needed to like stay off the like main roads of the neighborhood, and we were gonna like travel around people's houses and through the yards to like, you know, not get caught by motherfuckers like driving around the neighborhood looking for us, the people who just pulled the alarm on like the neighborhood church. So you know, it's a neighborhood church. Everybody in the neighborhood who goes to that church is gonna be like looking for us. So. You know, and so you know we're passing through people's yards and stuff, and you know we get a good distance. You know, every time a car comes by, we'll hide and you know run away from it. And so we're just walking, and then you know I know at one point fucking Jake was like, "Yo, I dare you to ding dong ditch that house over there, bro," and I'm like, "No." I was like, you do it. He was like, no, bro, I'm too old for that. Or because he's like, I don't know, I think he was like 17 at the time, about to turn 18. And so he was like, no, dude, I'm like old enough now that I could probably go to jail for that shit. And I was like, oh, whatever. I was like, well, I'm not doing it. So he just kept on walking. And, you know, a little bit down the road, we walk up to this like storage compartment. So like, you know how you have this big area. It was just this big area, and it had like 3-4 rows of like storage boxes where people like have their storage locked up, but it wasn't surrounded by a gate. It was just open pretty much. And so we were walking through there, and you know me and my friends were being like silly as hell, and so I was like, dude, we could be like Assassin's Creed. This is like the restricted zone where they got cameras and shit. And so we were like, I was like, we gotta put on our hoods because it's restricted zone. And Jake looks at me and he goes, not so much Assassin's Creed and stealth when you pulled the church alarm. And I was like, damn. I was like, you right though. He was right. And so, you know, we kind of just played along, and you know, we walked through it, and then we crossed the road, went to the other side, and we got ourselves a pop, you know, soda, whatever you call it, whatever you want to call it. And we got something to drink, and then we went on. After a bit, we kind of sat there and chilled and talked for a minute at like the bench they have at this like, it's like this place that's like right across the road that's set up. It's got like this overhead like outside balcony thing, and you like sit on these like wooden benches, and there's like two vending machines there. And yeah, we got some drinks, and it was all right. And we chilled there for a minute, and then we were like, all right, let's go, because we were going down to the school, and that's why we were going back out. And so we kept walking and walking, and then we made it down to the school. So we had walked up upon to the fence, and we were like, oh fuck, we were like, we got to get in here somehow. So I think it was me and who was it? Me and Jared. I think me and Jared jumped the fence like at this one spot. I know it was like, I think it had like maybe barbed wire. I don't know. It was a school. I don't remember it having barbed wires, but I remember it being like sharp of some kind to where you couldn't get over. So we kind of just stood on the side, or at least I did, and kind of boosted myself up. It was like a good size like elementary school fence. It was an elementary school. It was like an elementary school fence. It wasn't that tall. It's not like a prison fence where it's like 12 foot. Okay? It wasn't like 12 foot. I was going to say like 12 foot too, but that doesn't even make any sense. But it was like 12 foot. It's not one of those. It's just like a regular elementary school like fence. So, we jumped the fence. Me and Jared do. And Dylan and Jake were like, we're going to do it. But Jake was like, nah, man. He was like, I can't do that. We'll find another way in. There's a gate down there. We'll go to it. So, he's Jake and Dylan are walking down that side, while me and Jared are walking on the other side of the fence. And we're walking down there, and we get down to the fence where the gates are. And, the gates don't have locks on them or anything, so you can just slide them. So we just kind of slid them and like slid through. And, right beside the gates, lo and behold, is another fence. So basically, me and Jared are in this big fenced out area, like it's a good sized field, right? And then there was like a little crossroads in the middle, kind of. It was like not a crossroad, but it was like a small road that went down. And then on the other side, there was another fence that led into like a dumpster on the left. And then if you kept going, there was a whole football field there. And the reason I was laughing, I was thinking of something funny that'll come towards the story at some point. I think me who lived this. But yeah. So we went to the fence, and we went up to the gate, and we had pulled it back, and we opened it, and we walked in. And so we walked over. We were walking towards the school, and we were going to go to the playground. So we walked, in the field that me and Jared were in. We walked through it. And we went to like the middle of the field in the back, so like at the gate basically where it cuts off to another like smaller field or whatever, where all the like where the school was, because like the field we were in had like the playground and stuff. And so we big chilled there. We played on the playground a little bit. I'm not even gonna lie. And we were just chilling. Every time we saw a cop, we kind of freaked out a little bit, because it's like they're probably on the search for us. And they definitely were on the search for us, because they kind of just, like three or four of some went down the road, towards the church where we pulled the alarm. So it's, And there was these like bleachers outside, like if you were watching a soccer game type thing. And, we step on the bleachers because it's right up against the gate, so we could easily jump it. So we got up on the bleachers. It was like 5 or 6 steps. It wasn't that high. So we were, like, easily able to get over the fence and just kind of, like, jump over onto the other thing without getting hurt at all. And so we jumped down, and we're like, all right, we're here now. So we walk over to the school, and, again, we're in this, like, smaller area of a fence. And we go, and we walk over, and there's a gate there, and we open the gate. We walk left, and we go to walk into the parking lot. And we think we see a car. We're like, oh, shit. There's a car coming down here. That's probably a teacher or some shit, like, coming back here for some reason. We got a dip. So we kind of ran around and back to where the gate was. Like, the small gate that we had just went through, not the big gate that had, like, we mainly went through. It was the small gate we just went through. So there was a little brick wall there we could hide behind. And so we got behind that. And then we were like, wait a minute. Then we looked back and peeked around the corner again, and the car had turned off somewhere else, and it didn't come. So we were like, all right, all right, all right. We went to walk again. We went to walk in the little parking lot roadway thing, and at the school, and this Mustang pulls up, and it's actually turning in this time. So dumbass Jared, not the dumbass. You know what? Your boy Lunar, and Dylan and Jake, we were the dumbasses, because the little road when the car was coming towards us, the little road, instead of following Jake off into the fence where we had an area to hide and we could go back into the fence area, or we could go around the school from that like brick walled area where the fence is, the small gate, we decided to go down that little road while Jake had split off, or not Jake, but Jared had split off from us. So Jared's over here, and me, Jake, and Dylan are like running, like straight up booking it up the little roadway, and this like Mustang is behind us, and we're like, I'm telling you, like straight up adrenaline pumping, like anxiety, like we had it all, bro. Like we were booking it. Like these guys were in front of me, like walking wise, like they were running. And then when I looked back, like we were just running just to run for a minute, and then these guys actually turned in that road towards where we were like running down. And then when I looked back and I realized that I passed these guys so fast, like I was booking it. And I was thinking, because Jared's over here to my left, and that football field's over here near that like big garbage bin is over towards the right, like one of those big, like you'll find at like the back of in an alleyway, like green garbage can, is over in that like football field, like right beside it on our right. So I was like looking at the fence to my left as I was like booking it like Sonic from the Sonic games, like I was about to like Mario hop the fence. And I was looking left as I was running. I was like, maybe not. And then for some reason, I'd never hopped the fence. And because I look over, and Jake and Dylan are turning right into the freaking the football field. And so I turned in with them, and we went and we kind of like hid behind the trash can. And these guys like speed past us, and they're screaming, and they're like, yeah, run, you fucking pussies, you guys are pussies, fuck you guys. And then my friend, Jake, he screams back at him. Like, Mans literally gets up, and he's like, stops hiding. Mans gets up, and he goes, no, fuck you guys are fucking pussies, fuck you. And then they drive off. They go from slowing down and screaming at us to like they speed up, and they turn right, and they went off. And then that was it. We were just kind of standing there. Me, Jake, and Dylan split off from Jared. We were split up. So it was Jared was on his own, and then it was me, Jake, and Dylan. So we're just big chilling there, And I was like, Jake, you screamed at those guys. I was like, do you know those people? He goes, no. I was like, what? He goes, no, I don't know those people. I was like, so you're telling me you just screamed at those guys? Like, they could have been carrying, like, a gun on them, and they could have, like, straight up come over here and just popped a cap in our ass, Chicago style. And he was like, no, bro. He was like, they were screaming at us and calling us pussies, so I was calling them one back. I was like, oh, my God. I was like, dude, whatever, man. And so that was like crazy adrenaline pumping type shit right there. And then we went and we met up back up with Jared, and we were like, Jared, did you see those guys? Like, that was crazy. Those motherfuckers could have like pulled out a gun on us and straight up popped a cap in us, straight up Chicago style. He was like, I saw him drive by, and I like heard him say something, but I didn't hear what they said. And I was like, dude, they were calling us like pussies and stuff. And then Jake, I don't know why I get names mixed up like that. I got so many names in my head right now. It's unreal. But Jake was like, I was like, yeah, and Jake decided that it would have been a good idea to yell back at him, and he doesn't know the people. And he was like, oh my. And so, afterwards we went to the football field, and we were just chilling there. And those guys had, like, where the big fence is, there's this long road. Not the road we were running on, but the one they turned right on. It goes left and right, which is the road they were walking on. We were walking beside each other between the fence. And they kept, like, driving and speeding by, like, hella. And, they weren't saying anything to us anymore. And then after a while, they kind of just disappeared. And then a cop showed up a little bit later and sat in the parking lot. Not of the school, but of, like, across that little road. There was, like, a hotel, or not a hotel, but there was, like, a business over there or something. And, there was a cop sitting over there, and then at some point there was a truck sitting over there. That's besides the point. We were sitting in the football field. We were just chilling. There was a Gatorade bottle, like, on the ground. And I was like, you want to see how good my throwing arm is? So over here where they have, like, the football studio thing where the people speak into, there's just, like, glass window. So I picked up the Gatorade bottle and I like slung it, expecting it to go forward. It went forward and to the right, and it slammed into the glass panel. It didn't shatter, but that shit bounced off, came down, and hit the ground. It just slammed on the glass and then back on the ground. Bounced off. And I was like, So we all, like, it was a really loud sound. Like, it echoed, like, over the whole, like, school area, which is a pretty huge, big area. So we kind of were like, all right, let's go. And we booked it off. And then after that, we just walked down the road. And we kept going. And kept going. And, yeah. My friend had aggravated me, like, the whole night about that. He was like, wow, Lunar. He was like, nice throwing arm. Thanks. I got some good friends, guys. But, yeah. Moral of the story, don't be like me. Don't be like Lunar. Don't pull alarms. Don't try to open doors you're not supposed to go to. And definitely don't try to test out your throwing arm where there's, like, a whole-ass tall building right there that you could hit and probably break a window. We didn't break a window, but we probably could have. I could have. So, yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Because, that was the end of the story. We kind of just walked home after that. All the, like, cops and the neighborhood watch was gone. So, we were just safely walking on the road home. So, yeah. That was the end of the story. If you guys like this story, like the video. If you have any stories that like this or you want to tell, put them in the comments below. I would love to read those. And, yeah. Bye, guys. See you in the next video. And, I got a very nice throwing arm. So, yeah. See you guys later. Peace.
I don't think I've been this nervous with the cold drink in my 2 hands, saying no thanks. Like any way it goes, cause I know things they shouldn't have told me.